So I just posted in our group the 21-day training that you saw in your welcome letter. Right? So you can go through that at your leisure. Ashley, I think you've burned through like half of it or more by now, right? So you can burn through that in a weekend if you want to, if you have the time, if you've got some downtime, or you can take it one lesson at a time, totally up to you, whatever suits your pace. What our group is going to be about, we're going to be talking about social media. We're going to be talking about how to like tweak your posts and how to better share your story to add value to the people who are following your page. I'm just going to open the door because Chris actually is at home, just in case I need to hear something. My boys are home. So we're going to be talking a lot more about social media, and there is some social media stuff in the training as well. But like, I would like to actually start reviewing your posts and giving you some constructive criticism. What, baby? What do you need? Oh, I'm not going to get toys for a little bit, okay? I'll get you toys in a few minutes. Oh, are you guys coming on the hike tomorrow?
Yep, I think so.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, yay. And also, we're going to be talking about the upcoming challenge group. I'll be talking to you guys if you want to do your own, how to do that event, what to post in the event to make it like just sort of generate the buzz for your challenge group. Or you can add your challengers to my June challenge. Either one is completely fine.
Can we do both?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. I always allow my new coaches to add their challengers for the first 3 months. And then after that, I kick you out.
I think you said gently push you out of the nest.
That's what I said last time.
Yeah.
And now it's kick
now
you
we're
out.
just being a little more real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. But yeah, for sure, you can do a combination of both. So I'm going to post that event on Monday, so you can start adding people. I'll post the event and I'll add to it probably 3 days out of the week. I'll post something like Monday, Wednesday, Friday in there. Friday will be like all the full details of the challenge. And I'll do a poll in our new coach training group to see if there's like a consensus on which program to do. I don't really want to do a multi-program. I kind of want to stick with one program this time because it really seems to help with the branding of the challenge group. It really seems to help with like being able to be really specific for who this challenge group is for. And that makes all the difference when you're inviting, because you can invite people who really specifically fit that market. Like this, when you invite, you can say this would be perfect for you because, right? Like the Busy Moms one, for example, was the 22-minute hardcore that I did, and that did really, really well. So I'll look to see if there's kind of a consensus, and before I actually post the event, and see what thoughts are. I'm thinking like 21-day fix, everybody has it. Like everybody has the 21-day fix. Or if they don't, then they've got like knockoff containers, which, oh my gosh, I don't know if you guys saw the ones from Regal magazine, but the container with the carbs in it is like double the size of the container with the protein. And I'm like, why are you hating on protein? This is not right. And it's got like mac and cheese or something in the photo. It's crazy. But anyway, so everybody seems to have the container. So I'm thinking like not to do the 21-day fix. I'd rather do like the 22-minute hardcore or Insanity Max 30 is crazy on sale this month. I could not believe the sale. It's an insane deal. It's the cheapest challenge pack at $164. So that might be a good way to go. Size is also on sale.
That's kind of a target market though, hey? Size?
Yeah. And I was in the infomercial for that one. I was in the test group for that one. And oh my gosh, it was so much fun to do the commercial and stuff. But the program itself is a good supplement. I don't like to sell it as a standalone.
Yeah. I loved it, but same thing. I felt like if I actually knew the routine and could do it 20 times in a row knowing it, then I feel like I got a good workout. But working out the entire 40 minutes or whatever, I felt like, meh. Yeah.
It's a good supplement. It's just not, I don't think it's a good standalone.
Can I ask a really quick question with challenge group? Sorry.
Yeah.
So if we have somebody who wants to join a challenge group, but they've bought a challenge pack in the past, or they have that particular program or already, can we still allow them in under the condition that, say, they start Shakeology Home Direct, or if they're already on that, which chances are they aren't, but say they already are and they already have Insanity or whatever, under the premise that, you know, they have 3 other friends that come with them that buy the challenge. Like, can you do kind of modifications like that to welcome in people that already have that program, but just want the accountability and the motivation of the challenge group? Like, what are the parameters that you kind of set around that in order to be flexible, but still, you know, like, this is the challenge, and, you know, everybody kind of needs to fall into that category.
Yeah.
Like, how do you work around that?
Okay, so firstly, this is your business and you will decide what that looks like for you as time goes on. My recommendation as you're starting out especially is to not have people join the challenge group with just the program, because you're so new at talking to people and you're so new at building the value around Shakeology that you're going to end up having most people join with just a workout program, because everybody has a Beachbody workout program. You're too new to do that. So I would make I would make it a condition that they do need to be on Shakeology.
Yeah.
Like for me, I don't say you have to be on Shakeology forever. You have to be on Shakeology for the duration of this challenge, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And so I'm really good at building the value in Shakeology as I'm having a conversation now, but I sucked really bad at it when I started. So I would say, like, if they have bought the challenge pack in the past, if they're already on Shakeology on Home Direct, they just have to make you their coach. That's all they have to do then.
They have to make me okay, so there's no other cost for them to, like, so basically it's a free challenge.
Yep.
Okay.
But then their next Home Direct order will go through you and you'll get the commission for it.
Right. Okay.
So if they are not on Shakeology on Home Direct, I mean, like, sure, they could buy just the Shakeology without the workout program, but I think that's such a crazy bad deal. Like, you get a challenge for $164 and you get Shakeology on Home Direct for $155. So it's literally, like, in Canadian dollars, that's literally $9 for a workout program.
Well, it's catered,
So they could get like 22-minute hardcore if it's still on sale, or something else for $9.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah.
And then if you have somebody who has everything already, like, if they've already got everything, totally have them. Like, if you have a friend who wants to do the challenge with you and they're a challenge pack client, then, like, totally do that kind of thing. I think that's a great idea. Just thought of something to say in that same sort of vein. For your current challengers, like, Ashley, you have current challengers. So for your next challenge group, you can tell them, like, even if they're not on Shakeology auto ship for your June challenge, they get automatic entry if they bring a friend for the June challenge. So they don't have to buy anything else. They don't have to be on Shakeology auto ship, although it is very, very awesome. But if they have a friend who joins the June challenge, then they have automatic entry. So you could do things like that as well. And when it gets slower, like when things get really slow in, like, September is a slow month. December, I'm very good in December because I always fill up my January challenge group in December. So and also in, like, end of November, I'm still, like, selling my January challenge group. So I always find creative, like, workarounds, sort of. Also, September, I do Operation Skinny Jeans. And so moms typically really want in on that. So creative marketing really helps in those slow months. But it is in those slow months that I ask for a lot of referrals from current customers. So that's something that's going to be your friend, especially later on. Okay. So clearly the goal is Success Club in the month of May. Yep, it's May. And, like, I want for you to never put money into your business again. The goal is that you never pay out of household budget for Shakeology or your business services fees. So to get that ball rolling, the goal is Success Club in your first month. I want to make something super, super clear on your social media. Okay. So yes, your social media is going to change. And yes, people are going to be like, what is going on over here? Or people are going to be like, oh my gosh, another Beachbody coach. Right? Like truly, some people get annoyed and some people are like, oh, I don't like that, you know. But what I want you guys to do, and to minimize that, what I want you guys to do is firstly focus on good quality photos. Okay. Don't take a selfie from this angle with your phone down here, because then it ends up looking like this. You know, like don't take that angle selfie. Don't ever look up your nose in a photo. Also, if you are in front of a window, so I'm in front of a window right now. There are windows all on that wall. So that's why my videos always have really good lighting, because I'm in front of like 3 windows. So take your phone, and then the back of the phone is facing the window. You will get amazing selfies because the lighting is good. Like your skin looks better. Everything looks better when the lighting is good. Same deal for your food photos. Don't take a dim, blurry photo and post that. No one will stop to look at it, right? So you want the picture to be attractive. I almost always put my food on my coffee table because it's interesting. The background is interesting, but it's plain, so it doesn't take away from what I'm actually posting. So for your food photos, I would find one little area in your house where you can always do your food photos. It can be on your yoga mat. It can be on your table. My countertop is beautiful in person. It's like white marble, but in photos, it makes the food look yucky. So I never use my countertop. I always use my coffee table, which again is in front of a window and has pretty good lighting. What, baby? That's super awesome. So yes, the lighting in your photos is super important. Make sure your photos aren't blurry. That's also super important. Now, this is super, super crucial. You are not selling in your posts. You are not posting, except for the call to action post, which happens not that often. You're not trying to sell people on something. I can get away with a ton of stuff that you can't get away with yet. Okay, so what you need to do is to post from the user perspective. Pretend that you are not a coach, but you are just so freaking excited that you have to share. Okay, like Sarah Clausen, she started sharing before she became a coach. She started sharing about her fitness journey. That's wonderful. So she started sharing about her fitness journey. I think she was day 10 of the 22-minute hardcore challenge group. And she was just like, I haven't lost any weight yet. I thought that the weight would come off a little faster, but it hasn't yet. But I'm not giving up and pushing through. So she posted that on her Facebook. And what was happening is her muscles were retaining water, right? That happens when you're not used to working out and you're doing something completely different. Your muscles retain water in order to repair themselves until they get a little more used to it. I was in 12 days in 2 days, she lost 10 pounds. And she's like, oh my goodness. She wasn't trying to sell anything. She wasn't trying to get anybody to do anything. She was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. All of a sudden my pants are falling off and I lost 10 pounds and this is amazing. And so people started asking her about what she was doing because they were interested, because she was excited, and because she was genuine. So in your posts, you are not trying to sell anything. You're posting from a user perspective. Okay.
In other words, be patient and sit tight.
You're going to do a call to action post, and you're going to do one next week that's like, hey, join my challenge group. But in the meantime, you have to just be super genuine about where you are and what your fitness journey is looking like, your struggles as well as your successes. This is the pre-work that has to happen before a call to action post is at all effective.
Right.
And this is like the majority of what I do too, right? I tell a story. I tell about like my day. I tell about my workout that day. I tell about my nutrition. I tell about eating pizza and 6 enormous chocolate cookies the one day. Like, I talk about my own fitness journey, my struggles and my successes and all of that stuff. That's still the majority of what I do on my page. And then your call to action post for the challenge group is going to happen next week as well. But we're laying the groundwork, and most of what you're doing is telling a story. I think the biggest mistake most coaches make is they start being salespeople, and that turns people right off.
Yep.
You know, like if you ever read your posts out loud before you post them. Does it sound like something you would tell your best friend? Like, ask yourself that. Read it out loud. Does it sound like something would you call your bestie and be like, oh my gosh, right? Or you would never ever call your bestie and be like, did you know that in 21 days you can lose up to 15 pounds? Right? So make sure it's very genuine, very authentic, very your voice. It takes time to find your voice. It takes time and patience. I want to stress that I don't really care if you suck at posting. If your posts are horrible and nobody ever likes or comments, you have to keep posting. You still have to keep posting. I was horrible at posting when I started. I posted a picture of a challenge backpack from Beachbody Corporate. And yep, I did that. And
that's encouraging to me. So thank you.
Oh, hey, you should buy this. There wasn't a like or a comment on it. I actually didn't remember doing that. It came up on my Facebook memories, and I was horrified.
Yeah, you're like, delete.
I was like, I had like an anxiety attack. I could not believe that I had done that. I didn't remember that I was that horrible. But if I ever go back, just for interest's sake, the other day, I went back to look at conversations that I had in my first couple months, and oh my gosh, I was terrible. I did not relate to people. I didn't talk like a real person. I talked like a Beachbody bot, and it was horrible. So be encouraged. It's okay if you suck at everything right now, because I sucked at everything when I started. The idea is that you're doing it anyway, and you're learning as you go. So with your conversations that you're having with people, I used to do a script because people were like, oh, I don't know what to say to people. I'm not going to do that with you guys because I want you to be more authentic. Sometimes people get to, like, the script is supposed to be like a guideline of how you talk to people, but I don't want you to rely on that. I want you to know that your first conversation, you're inviting them to your challenge group or to check out the event that you created. Events make the whole invite process so much easier. Let me tell you. So invite them to your event. Like, ask if they're interested in checking it out. That's basically it. If they say, yeah, I'd love to check it out, then you ask about their fitness goals. That's step 2. You ask, like, okay, if this were to be a good fit for you, if you were to decide to join us, I'd love to hear a little bit about what your goals are, and then talk about your personal goals as well. Just be like, I'm really hoping to be able to do 10 push-ups from the toes or whatever it is during this challenge. I mean, both of you don't really seem like you have any weight to lose, but like, you know,
before pictures, you'll see.
Share your before pictures. One of my girls, Sarah Gunther, she joined the team last month rather. And she's like, when she invited people, she said this. She's like, hey, I have a fitness journey ahead of me. I've gained 30 pounds and, you know, I've got some work to do here. Here are my before photos. I'm ready to work at this, and I would love for you to join me. She didn't ask if she could coach them even. She asked them if they wanted to join her. So I love that. It was so authentic, and it was so where she was in her own fitness journey. It was so perfect. So just be yourself with that process, but make sure you find a way to ask about their fitness goals in step 2 if they are interested. Do not add them to the event unless and until they reply to that message. If they don't reply to that message, they will not join your challenge group anyway. I guarantee it. If they're not interested enough to reply to that message, then they really aren't that interested to begin with. So before you send your invites out for your challenge group, what I recommend doing is posting something about a struggle of yours in terms of fitness or nutrition, and then talking about either progress you've made or progress you hope to make. Because that makes people like, oh, she's just a normal human. She's not like a fitness robot. You know, like, she's a normal human. She struggles too. So It just makes people a little bit less intimidated, which like people tend to be intimidated, especially if somebody has a reputation for fitness to begin with, right? Okay, so
do you do your do you do your invites just direct messaging? Okay.
Private message.
Choosing who you send them to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then after you've done that, then you post the event.
Yes. Okay. Well, I post the event first, but I don't add them until I've had that conversation.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay. Here's the deal. You should invite like as many people as you can to your fitness challenge. But the people who you just simply cannot bring yourself to hit the send button to, there are going to be a few of those, right? I mean, I'm supposed to tell you to send the message anyway. But what I'm going to tell you is just to click the invite button on the event instead, because if you just can't get yourself to hit the send button, just click invite on the event. And that way they're like, oh, she does this. And at least it's sort of a soft introduction sort of thing. So you can do that. What was I going to say? Oh, don't put ugly colored borders on your pictures, please. Ever. Please. Don't put colors on the borders of your pictures. Please don't do that. Just trust me. It makes the photo less pretty, and people tend to not click on photos where there's a color on the border unless you are in graphic design. If you are, have at it, because you can make it look great. But unless you are in graphic design, it will not look great. It will look very amateur, and like it's okay for your post to look amateur, but let's keep it clean, you know? So white borders on your pictures. And here's a little tip for you. I use the same filter on almost every photo I post.
And what filter is that?
I actually go to Instagram. I'll let you choose whatever sort of suits your style. I go to Instagram. I put my phone on airplane mode so that it won't post to Instagram. And then I hit the share button and then it saves to my phone. And then I just clear it from Instagram. I just like Instagram filters better than the ones that I have on my phone. I'm just going to get him a toy. I'll be right back.
Yep.
Which one? This one? There you go. You're welcome, sweet pea. Okay. Yeah, so I use Instagram filters. I use the same one on almost every photo because then your posts are going to look cohesive. People are going to know that they're yours before they know that they're yours. Even if it's a food picture, it's like this goes to branding your page. So even if it's whether it's a food picture or it's a family picture or whatever, they're just going to be like, oh, that's Ashley's post, right? They're gonna know it before they even know it. So that's a little something you can do to start branding yourself and your page. In terms of fonts and colors of fonts, if you do text on your photos, colors are fine, but green is not fine, almost ever. I'm just telling you, these are the little things that I've learned along the way. Green is almost never fine on a photo. Okay. What was I going to say? I was going to say something, and it was going to be important too. Dang, I can't remember. Are you guys on Instagram?
Yep.
Yeah, inactively, but yeah.
Okay. So something that I do, and you don't have to do this, it's totally like I'm just throwing it out there in case you want to. I basically post exactly the same thing on my page as what I post on my Instagram. It's almost exactly the same thing. So I just will copy and paste literally. You don't want to share from one to the other. I know I did it this morning. I almost never do. I was being very lazy. But I can get away with it. So you don't want to share from Instagram to Facebook because Facebook, even though they own Instagram, they give you less views on a post shared from somewhere else.
Really?
Yes, always. So Facebook always wants to be the native platform for everything. So, for example, for videos and stuff, that's why I post them natively instead of like on the I upload the video to Facebook instead of posting a YouTube link because of that reason. Facebook gives you better reach if you do that. Okay. Oh, I remembered what I was going to say. Here's a challenge for you this weekend. I want you to go live on your Facebook profile.
I don't know how to do that.
Pardon?
I have no idea how to do that.
I'll show you right now. It's really, really simple. Okay, I want you to go live.
Don't freak me out, Rosa, because I say the stupidest stuff.
You know what? You know what? If you're kind of awkward, it's going to be adorable. So you do it. So then you should do that. I was like the most awkward on my first live video. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like, I thought I was going to die, but I didn't. So, Facebook wants to replace Periscope. Basically, they want to be the it for everything. And
right.
They're doing a pretty good job of that, right? So people used to post YouTube links all the time to Facebook, and they almost never do. They post natively to Facebook. They don't want you to leave Facebook. When you're in it, they want you to stay in it for a long time. So live video, there's a big push right now for Facebook to like take over the market instead of Periscope. So they're giving a ton of engagement and interaction to live videos. You might have, like, sometimes this happens. I'm live and like 1 viewer, 0 viewers, 2 viewers, 0 viewers, 10 viewers, 8 viewers. Don't look at that. Don't look. Because it will hurt your feelings. So don't look at that. Pretend like you're talking to each other when you're doing your live video. You can do anything. Here's what I'm doing for meal prep. Here's what came in my challenge pack. You could do like the meal plan I asked you guys to do for next week for our challenge group starting out. And again, you're posting from a user perspective. So you're like, okay, so my coach told me I had to make my meal plan for the entire week, and I really didn't want to, but here it is. So here are my breakfast options, here are my lunch options, etc. That's adding value to the people who are following you because they are getting meal ideas out of that. Right? And you can say on the video, I'm happy to share any recipes with you guys that you liked, you know? And people will watch that video long after the live session is over because Facebook is really pushing the live video. So I'm saying that live videos really do well, and you will do yourself a favor in terms of engagement, even if you suck at it. Okay? Going live is super easy. You can only do it on a mobile device. You cannot do it on a computer at all. So you just go to your profile, and then here we go. You're going to post on your page. Hold on. Let's see. Do you see this little icon down here, the second one, right beside the camera?
Yeah.
It's like the man, and then it's so hard to show you.
No,
I can see it though.
The second one in beside the camera, hey?
Yeah, it's the little man with 2 rings around it.
Yeah.
That's it?
That's how to go live.
Okay.
Yeah. It is actually
yeah.
And yes, I understand that it's scary and it's like you don't want to, but I'm telling you that you really, really should. So I'm recommending that you do that either this weekend or Monday at the latest. Do you know that book, Eat That Frog? Probably not. There's a book called Eat That Frog. And basically it's about doing the most crappy stuff on your to-do list first. Because if you do that, then after you finish that one thing, then everything else is so easy. So if you go live and that really sucks for you, then making a video or posting on your page is going to be like a breeze after that. Okay, so baptism by fire, jump in.
There's my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Am I in the wrong place? I'm on my phone.
Click post, like you're going to post a status update.
Okay.
Do you see it?
Right before us, so it's just a little slow. Yeah, there it is. Oh, but no, mine just has...
The guy with 2 rings on it.
Maybe that's your phone. Wait,
there's your excuse to upgrade.
I know, right?
Is your Facebook private?
No, it's public now.
Oh, it must be your phone. I can't think of any other reason why you shouldn't. How many friends do you have on Facebook?
I have 366.
Oh, okay. How many do you have, Sarah?
Nowhere near that. I'm just going to check.
I had 150. I can't remember if it's 153 or 156 when I started, but I didn't have very many friends on Facebook either.
Okay, so I am the weird, awkward one. I have 143. I am the weird, awkward one that literally like only would friend people that I felt comfortable with. So that's why I have 143.
You should actually like at some point post about that. You should totally post about that. Be like, I'm like so socially awkward. I am very comfortable in this environment. Like being a coach is my comfort zone. I live up in here. But if I have to make small talk, it's the most horrible thing. I'd rather talk about the fact that I have PCOS and my periods are really, really horrible, or like the fact that like Chris and I separated last year, but now we're super happy and how that happened. Like I'd rather talk about real stuff than the weather any day. I suck at small talk. I should do a post about that again. That's the kind of stuff people are like, dang, like she's like me. Like she gets me. When I post about that I hate small talk and I'm so awkward, people are like, oh my gosh, she's like me, you know? So you should totally talk it because you're looking for your little tribe, right? Hey buddy, do you need some? What is it? Oh, thank you, sweet pea. It's beautiful. Okay. Are there any questions you guys have about what's going on right now? We're not really focused on Success Club until next week, but totally feel free to have conversations. It is never, ever, ever too early.
I think I sent you a Facebook message about this. I might have done it in my head. I have somebody who contacted me and said, is it possible for me to join this month's challenge group, like the May one that we've just finished our prep week for? Is that possible? Or do you say, you know what, we've put in our week's worth of work, da-da-da-da-da. Like, where do you?
Jump in.
Okay.
Jump in, the water's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, like if somebody wants to join me right now, I never say no. I'm like, yeah, get on up in here.
Yeah.
Like, we've done 5 days worth of prep posts. Are you willing to watch all those? You know, if you are, then jump on in. Let's do it.
It'll just take her a while for her. Well, I mean, she'll have on demand, so I guess it doesn't really.
She can get her nutrition plan and her, the workouts on demand. So that's fine.
Okay.
Oh, another thing I always do tell my customers, always, my Challenge Pack clients, I let them know about Shakeology on auto ship and about Beachbody on demand, the charges.
Mm-hmm.
I never want, I always want full disclosure and I always want it to be their choice. Like if they want to stay on auto ship, fantastic. If they don't, fantastic. It doesn't matter. We're still friends and everything's still good.
With the 30-day free trial, do we need to cancel that as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what I thought. I just want to make sure.
I will post in the Hot Mess Mama Challenge group. Okay. I'm going to post about that. I always wait until 2 weeks or so after most people have ordered so they at least have an opportunity to try Shakeology for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'll be posting about that within the challenge group and also on how to cancel on demand in case they don't use it. DVDs hate me, so I have on demand just because of that.
It's awesome.
I've lost most of my DVDs or scratched them or broken them at this point. So it makes my life better. I think that was all I had to say. Any other questions?
Yeah, I have one, Rosa, in regards to, seriously, I am so awkward and I end up having a tendency of sounding like a salesperson when I don't mean to, but it's just because I'm nervous. But I feel like conversation's hopefully going well with this lady in my community. But anyways, I just asked her, it's the same one I was asking you, okay, she's looking online at the size because she takes jazzercise right now and she wants something fun. Mm-hmm. So I just told her, basically, Here's all the different dance programs. I don't know you personally, what your fitness goals are. And so she told me her fitness goal is to lose weight. And I'm like, okay, size, in my opinion, is not the way to lose weight. But I don't know enough about Beachbody. Like, obviously that's her platform. That's what she likes. It's something that's fun for her. So would you suggest, you know what, try a size, like a challenge pack, join a group if that's what your goal is. Her issue, sorry, I'm rambling, but her issue, I'll just read you what her post was. She said, my goal is to lose weight. My friend and I started going to Jazzercise in February once a week, but we weren't seeing any changes. So they're not seeing any weight loss changes, obviously, because it's more than just going to Jazzercise. And she said they were trying to go 3 times a week, but it just wasn't happening. So she wants something to supplement, apparently, this Jazzercise. So that's why she was looking at size, because it was a dance one. It was something, obviously, she felt she could do. Like, should I? Okay, go ahead.
So firstly, like, whenever you're like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what to recommend, that's because you don't have enough information. If you ever are like, I don't know what to recommend, you need to ask more questions. You must ask more questions. You have to know, like, our whole goal is to fill a perceived need, like whatever her need is. She feels like she needs a dance-based program that she can do at home for those days that she can't get into the gym. But she's also telling you, but I also really want to lose weight and I haven't been able to do that with the Jazzercise that I'm doing. So you need to ask her about her nutrition. How is your nutrition? Tell me about your good habits and tell me about your bad habits. I promise I don't judge, like, you know, and then insert story about the one time you ate 16 Oreos. Oh, wait, that was me. You know, like something like that. Keep it light, keep it friendly. But just say, like, tell me your good habits, tell me your bad habits. Like, I'd like to know a little bit more so that so that I know I'm recommending the right program for you. Tell me about your energy levels, like that kind of stuff as well, because then that gives you an opening to talk about nutrition and Shakeology. Right? Nutrition is the area where almost everybody needs help. And that's where almost everybody doesn't want to make a change. So you need to ask those questions. Ask about her nutrition and really just talk to her like a friend. Pretend you're not getting paid for this, you know, and you're just recommending something that you're not getting money for, right? Dig in, get the answers to those questions, and then give her, like, if she tells you, I really struggle with nighttime eating, or I really struggle with, like, eating too much sugar, or, like, that kind of thing. Oh, hi.
Hi.
So if that's a struggle, then you can say, okay, Shakeology is really going to help you in terms of your energy levels, and it's going to help you with craving control, right? So you'll learn this stuff as you go in terms of having these conversations, but just, you've got to ask more questions so that when you make a recommendation, you're giving the full solution.
Okay. Sounds good.
I think I'm going to do a video for you guys on having the conversation. It's really about asking enough questions about workouts and nutrition and lifestyle. So you need to know those things, right? And when you present the solution, you are meeting whatever their perceived need is. They need more energy. They need some craving control because it's like out of control right now. They need a workout that they can do from their home. And then you can be so specific in your answer just based on what they said, right? This workout is really going to help you for those days that you can't get into the gym, so that you're, like, making sure to get your workout in 5 days a week instead of just 2 days a week. The nutrition plan is going to help you make sure that you get enough protein in your diet and make sure that you have the nutrient density that you need to give you energy and more craving control. And then the accountability and support of doing this with a group of women is going to give you, like, it's going to help you follow through on the program that you invested in the first place, right? Yeah. And if you decide it wasn't for you, then there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, no questions asked.
Yeah, that's
cool. Yeah. Just, you need more information before you make a recommendation.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Yeah, makes sense. Would you be as so bold to ask someone, because her hang up is the price. because I was talking to her about how I started a challenge group, and that my challenge pack, which is a different program, I told her it's a hammer and chisel because of my goals that I have. She was like, oh, so it's not 100, it's 200. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I just confused this poor thing. Like, she's thinking it's 200. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to get my head wrapped around this whole thing, and then I will get back to her.
So, you know, I don't know if you've ever watched The Office, but Michael's like, tell it to me like I'm 4 years old. You know, that is how you That's how you spell it out. Put it in the most simple terms possible and make it super, super clear. First, we're going to get you involved in this community and, you know, like these women doing this together. I am going to be there for you every single day except Sundays to check in with you. You'll have the full workout program. You'll have the full nutrition plan. You'll have Shakeology for nutrient density, you know, like just spell it out in super clear and simple terms for her. Yeah, you'll get better at it, and I promise. And it will be less confusing as you like live in this world and you know more about the programs and all of that stuff, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
We touched base on this the other day, but I have a friend who is the customer of another coach.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said to her, you know, like in no uncertain terms, do I want you to jump ship? Like, I respect that you are with her. And she was just saying she's in a challenge group right now. And she's like, I'm the only one posting. There's no motivation. There's no accountability. Like, she's not trying to tear this girl apart. Like, she really respects her and likes her and stuff. But she's like, there's nobody on the boards but me. I'm getting frustrated. And so I've said to her, well, you know, like, I'm happy to help you with accountability as a friend. Like, again, I'm not going to cross any lines, What are your thoughts on, and I said to her, you know, if I have a free week-long challenge, I'm happy to have you come join. Again, you're not purchasing from me. You're not my customer. You're just somebody that because again, it's the why, right? Like, she wants to drop weight. She wants to get help, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. So what are your thoughts on that?
Customers may choose their coach and they may change coaches as many times as they wish to change coaches.
Okay.
And like, if I have people who've been in my challenge groups before who want to be in your challenge group, have at her. Like, whoever's meant to be with me is going to be with me. And my lifers are my lifers because they love me and they connect with me.
Yeah.
And some people really don't like me. Some people, I just rub them the wrong way. And I think it's like totally their fault, obviously.
Totally.
But seriously, your personality type, your style of coaching is going to be different than somebody else's. Yeah. And if a customer wants to make a change, then they can go ahead and make a change. Like, I always post when I post a challenge group call to action, not open to people already working with a coach, etc. But I always get people respond who already have a coach. Some of them make a change and some of them don't. And I always do say, like, if you're already being supported by a coach, that's totally cool. Like, go ask them about this program or whatever. Most of the time, they give me a story about how they're not really connecting with their coach, or their coach really isn't posting in the challenge group, or they never really had any accountability in the first place, or whatever. I don't even, like, people leave me to go to other coaches all the time, and it doesn't hurt my feelings at all.
Okay.
But then you have to also realize that if people leave you to go to another coach, you have to be okay with that.
Yeah. And then from a logistics perspective, it's just calling Beachbody or live chatting or whatever, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just call Beachbody and change coaches. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. They can't do the live chat, so send them the link to the live chat.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, it's whatever. Like, they can make that decision. They're adults, and we shouldn't, like, I just feel like we shouldn't get so caught up in the politics of it, you know?
Yeah.
If you want to work with someone else, go work with someone else.
Yeah.
It is not the same with coaching, however.
Right. Yeah.
The commitment to your team, they're making a minimum 6-month commitment, because if they cancel their account, they have to serve a 6-month month period where they don't have a coach account before they can jump ship and go to another team.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So when people sign up with me, like if a customer signs up with me for the discount on Shakeology, they just want the coach account so they can save 25%, like they end up saving $20 a month or something like that. I do tell them that though. I'm like, okay, but just so you know, like this commitment is like, you can't start coaching on another team if you were to want to start coaching unless you serve a 6-month waiting period. So,
Okay.
but I mean, typically they're like, no, I love you, I don't want to leave. But yeah.
And those are people, and those are people that have said, hey, I want the 25%. That's not something you necessarily advertise. Like, hey, if you're a coach, then you could save 25%.
My motto in my business is doing the right thing is always the right thing. So I never mention like a coach account or something if it's something that's going to benefit only me. I only ever talk about it if it's truly something I feel is going to benefit them. So like if somebody's in love with Shakeology and they're ordering it every month and I know that, then I tell them, hey, like you can save $20 a month. If you plan to be on it for another like 3 months or whatever, you can save $20 a month with a coach account and you can cancel at any time. So I do mention it to people who are like loyal Shakeology customers. But I don't do it just like to, it doesn't really help your business, honestly. If you just have a bunch of discount coaches, it doesn't help your business. You actually make less money. You make less money.
Okay.
But even though I make less money, again, doing the right thing is always the right thing. And if it's going to benefit them, then I want them to know that, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions?
I have tons, but it's just, I just need to work through it. I just need the experience and I just need to work through it and be patient with myself.
Yes. It's not going to come overnight. You're going to suck at a lot of stuff before you're good at any stuff. That's just the way it is. I sucked so bad. And Chris is like, he's doing way better than me when I started. And I'm like, you jerk. Like...
That's because he watched you, though.
I was going to say, look at the role model he's had for 3.5 years. Yeah. That's his dog, right?
No, but his posting style is completely different than mine was. And it just comes so naturally to him. Like the social media stuff just comes so naturally to him. And he's an introvert, which I feel is like so not fair. And I'm not training him either, actually. I don't train him because he's like alpha male and I'm super strong personality and we like the like masculine, feminine sort of energies we've got going on. So we don't like, he actually is doing training from one of my friends who's a guy and successful. Yeah. Anyway, so Sarah, dig into those 21 posts, those 21 days of training posts, and I'm sure that's going to answer a lot of your questions. And then, like I said, just take that at your own pace.